Okay, so let's move on to another concept, a fundamental concept in your book, integrity. So, what is integrity, and how is children's integrity most commonly violated in today's families?
The simple explanation of personal integrity is that it is my personal boundaries, it's my values, it's my emotions. And I would like to say that they should be respected, not only parents to children, but also children to parents. I don't know what the most common violation today is.
Sleep, food, clothing.
No, I'm afraid it's much worse. There's a new UNICEF study showing that 86% of all children between 3 and 15 are experiencing violations of their personal boundaries bodily, up to 4 or 5 times a week.
Shocking.
So we're talking about violence, we're talking about sexual violations, we're talking about verbal abuse, we're talking about criticism, we are talking about all the phenomena that are also unbearable between adults, but that we have been doing to children for, decades, because we thought they were different.
And what can parents do to preserve the integrity of children? Can we just ask them when their integrity is violated? And how do we ask them so that we're not pretending that we're not playing a role of a pedagogic parent?
We can ask them, but very often they will lie to us. They are hurt, but they will tell us that they are not. I'm afraid the only way is to use your eyes and your ears and see it, because you can see in children when they are hurt. As a parent, after living with your child for 8-9 months, you know the difference between a child that is crying of frustration, one that is crying of hurt, one that is crying of unhappiness. I mean, children have about 8 different tonalities of crying, and as a parent, you know that. You know when it's really serious, and it is. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's very simple. You simply look at your child like you would look at your partner, and say, "I see that I hurt you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." That's all you need to do. Children do not get damaged because you hurt them. Children get damaged when you don't take responsibility for hurting them, because they feel guilty about it.
So in some way you say that children want to cooperate, but will they, even at the expense of their own integrity, and why?
Oh yes. Yes. Children do that every day. Children sacrifice their life for their parents. They do it because they love their parents and because they trust their parents. So whenever they are told, directly or indirectly, that something is wrong with them, they become self-destructive. That also happens if one parent is self-destructive, alcoholic, violent, I don't know. Children will do literally anything they can to make their parents happy. Very often that makes their parents unhappy. But they're doing it in an attempt to make them happy.